Today is Tuesday, April 1, 2014. Sunrise this morning was at 6:33 a.m. The sun will set at 7:18 p.m. Length of daylight hours today will be 12 hours, 45 minutes of visible light, 13 hours, 42 minutes. The waxing crescent moon with 4% illumination rose today at 7:30 a.m. and will set at 9:42 p.m. At noon today, the moon will appear within the second zodiacal designation Taurus, the bull, spanning the 30th to the 60th degree of the zodiac between 27.25 and 54.75 degrees of celestial longitude. At noon today, the moon will pass above Rutland City at 238,245 miles distant from the center of planet Earth. Born this day, the sun is in Aries, the ram, the ruling planet of which is Mars, which makes you naturally belligerent and unpleasant to be around. You can compensate, though, which you do on a daily basis, but you aren't fooling anyone. The Washington Post says this about you: reliability is a virtue which lets you out because where are you anyway? Especially when it comes to finances, it might be helpful for you to take a look at any consistently unhealthy ways you deal with money, which is pretty much everything you do with money, if you had any, which you don't, so it's a moot point. In fact, it might be even more educational for you and your checkbook if you start to plan how to deal with your money on a consistently functional basis rather than the same patterns that have recently come into question. A good time to start is when they let you out of jail.
With so many trees in the city, you could see the spring coming each day until a night of warm wind would bring it suddenly in one morning. Sometimes the heavy cold rains would beat it back so that it would seem that it would never come and that you were losing a season out of your life. This was the only truly sad time in Paris because it was unnatural. You expected to be sad in the fall. Part of you died each year when the leaves fell from the trees and their branches were bare against the wind and the cold, wintry light. But you knew there would always be the spring, as you knew the river would flow again after it was frozen, when the cold rains kept on and killed the spring. It was as though a young person had died for no reason. In those days, though, the spring always came, finally, but it was frightening that it had nearly failed.
Under clear, sunny skies in downtown Rutland, today will continue fair and warmer with a few clouds around later today, and a high temperature expected of 47 degrees, which will make today much warmer than yesterday. Winds light, variable. Clouds may gather later, and it will be partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 31 degrees. Winds east-southeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour.
A high tide at Lisbon, Portugal, is expected at 4:19 p.m. today, Tuesday, April 1, 2014, at 13.1 feet, followed by a high tide at 4:39 a.m., Wednesday, at 13 feet even. Low tides at Lisbon today will be at 9:37 a.m. and 9:56 p.m., 1.4 feet and 1.6 feet, respectively. Thank you, and have a nice day.
About 252 million years ago, at the end of the Permian period, an estimated 96% of all species went into rapid extinction, the planet's most severe die-off. And now scientists have a new suspect in the killing: methane-producing microbes. The microbe Methanosarcina got faster at making methane by acquiring genetic material from another microbe, likely cellulose-degrading bacterium, and then reproducing quickly, fueled by nickel spewing from Siberian volcanoes. The extra methane would have made the oceans acidic and added sulfur compounds to the air, driving the extinction of life at sea and on land, a team of researchers suggests March 31 in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. An earlier report estimated that the die-off happened in less than 60,000 years. Chinese and American researchers concluded that this new genetic material, combined with widely available organic carbon deposits in the ocean, allowed Methanosarcina populations to increase dramatically. This led to the release of abundant methane and carbon dioxide as a waste. The buildup of these two gases would have caused oxygen levels in the ocean to decrease dramatically, while also increasing acidity. Terrestrial climates would have experienced rising temperatures and significant climate change from the release of gases into the atmosphere. It's possible the buildup of carbon dioxide and methane in the atmosphere eventually caused the release of hydrogen sulfide gas, further stressing terrestrial life. Earlier theories on the cause of the Permian-Triassic extinction event include volcanic activity, global climate change, and an asteroid impact. The microbe theory would better explain the observed rapid but continual rise in carbon isotope level in period sediment deposits, then a volcano, which would cause a spike followed by a slow decline. This has been today's Weather Minute. I'm Richard Alcott.